I have a couple experiences that relate to Bigfoot or just whatever, strange experiences. I used to live in North Carolina mountains back in 2008. I stayed up there with some friends for like 8 months. And me and my girlfriend and our kids would go hiking and rock hounding. We'd take the kids and stuff. And this one time we were down at Bullpen Road, which is northwest of Greenville, and it's east of Highlands, or southeast, and then there's like Cashiers, and this is the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. So we were down here, and not many people know about this place, but it's kind of a tourist area in a way. I don't know. It's just a little bridge down here, and then there's like a creek waterfall. You can't really see it through all the trees because it is in a foresty area. It's National Forest Road and McCall and Bullpen Road. It all forks off there. And I was down in the area where nobody really goes because I had my girlfriend drop me off, and I said I'd hike back. I had my walking stick and my rock bag and my big knife strapped to my side. My walking stick is really great for hiking. I highly recommend just, make a walking stick. That's what I usually do. And because when you're hiking through areas, sometimes brush covers ditches, holes, and caves, caverns, stuff like that. So anyway, I don't know exactly where I was, but I believe I was down in here. So, and nobody goes down there. I was down there, I hiked down in there. I was down by the creek or river or whatever, rushing water and lots of rocks, and it's really beautiful. And I heard this rumbling down the side of the mountain, on the other side of the mountain, on the other side of the creek, come down the side of the mountain. And I was like, let's say right here. I heard it down in here, or wherever, and it was come down fast, but it was not a rock falling or a tree falling or anything like that. It was like footsteps, like a gallop, like a, not really, no, I thought it was a bear. I really thought it was a bear. But I couldn't see nothing. It was summertime, so you can't really see through the greenery that well, because it was thick with brush and stuff. But I was on the other side. I had to hike down a ravine to get there, and I took my walking stick and hit it on a rock 3 times. It was just whatever instinct I had at that moment, I did, and that's what I did. I've heard other stories of people doing that, and it may be some sort of thing to, I don't know. It was just instinctive for me to do that. And whatever it was, it stopped for a moment. But I could tell it was getting closer, but I could not see anything. And I'm thinking, I got to get out of here. But I knew I had to climb up a ravine to get out. And I wasn't going to run, because I thought, if I run, that thing's going to chase me. It might be it might be stalking me, or whatever. But I felt it getting closer, I heard it getting closer, but I could not see anything. So I got up. I waited there a couple minutes, and I got up and started getting out and climbed out of there. And once I got to the road, I felt a little better, but I still was not back to where my friends were and other people were. This says parking area, but nobody goes down in here. Usually everybody goes right to the bridge and parks there. So I walked all the way back and told my friend about it, and she was like taken back from it, but she didn't really say too much. I think she knew more of the area than what she was saying. She ended up telling me more later, and I found out more later. I didn't know about, I always thought Bigfoot was on the West Coast, and stuff like that. I didn't know about certain things, like the missing person cases in national parks, you know, the 411, David Pilates, missing persons and stuff like that. Okay, so another time was at their house that they rented. They no longer live there and all that, but it was south of Savannah, down 107. It's before Cashiers and wherever. We live right past this is the town of Tuckaseegee, and it's real super small. It's got a little gas station store, and that's about it. And down here is like a private little road drive or whatever, and we lived right here. They rented that house. And right on this area is the carport. This area is the living room where I stayed on a couch bed, and there's some big windows right here. And the couch was like right here, so my head was right by the windows. And the couch bed folded out. The kitchen was down here, and there's a bedroom here and here for their kids, and then a bathroom here, and then my friend's bedroom. So anyway, one night, their little Chihuahua, they had a couple dogs. One of them was a Jack Russell, one was a Chihuahua. I think they had later they had a teacup Chihuahua too, but the Chihuahua wanted out. And I opened the door to let the dog out because, you know, that's what we did, you know, no big deal. The dog didn't run off or anything. That dog started barking and carrying on and ran straight here, out front. With my eyes, I follow the dog, and then I look up, because the dog stopped. I look up, and there's this thing standing there, must have been 15, 17 foot tall, and I'm not exaggerating because I used to be a carpenter. I pretty much knew the size. It was huge. It could stomp our dang on house or tear up our house in like one hit or whatever. You know what I mean? It was huge. It scared the living shit out of me. It was gray. It took a look at me and started lunging towards me. And that dog backed up and was starting to run towards the house. I screamed. Bloody murder. I screamed, and I slammed that door, locked it. I locked the dog out. I ran to the back here. My friends were in the shower. The married couple were, you know, they were in the shower. I banged on that bathroom door. I said, "You gotta get dressed and come out here. There's a monster. The dog's outside. I'm not going near the door." Stuff like that. And it really scared the crap out of me. I also had to use the bathroom. I mean, it literally scared the crap out of me. I was screaming and woke everybody up in the house, you know. It was late at night. The kids were sleeping. I would not go back near that door. I just would not. I thought it was going to stomp through the house. I was screaming that it's going to stomp through the house and everything. I didn't know what it was going to do because it lunged towards me. And I bolted away from that door. But the dog ended up being all right. The husband came out, got the dog and stuff. Bigfoot, or whatever the hell it was, ran away. It was gray. It was gray. It was wide. I mean, its shoulder span and stuff, it was at least this wide. This car, this vehicle right here is parked sideways. This thing, I swear, its shoulders were this wide. This thing stood. It was so huge. It could pretty much lift its foot up and jump on top of the roof easy. I mean, just like, that's how huge it was. I'd say about 15 foot tall. At the very least 12 foot tall. I mean, it really, really scared me badly. But yeah, my friend's husband didn't believe me. He thought it was a bear. I said, that was no bear. There might be some bear like that size out west, or maybe in Alaska or Canada or somewhere, but not on the East Coast. The East Coast bears are not that big. you know. And a lot of, locals will carry firecrackers and stuff to scare away the, bears, or if they are confronted by one or whatever. It helps to have firecrackers and stuff. So anyway, yeah, that was my experience there. The Chihuahua's fine, and it stood right here, and was lunging at me at the front door like it was coming towards me. And even the dog backed up. But that dog going towards it, that dog saw it too. So I wasn't the only one. Even though I was the only human, that dog went straight for it as soon as it got out that door. And it's a tiny little Chihuahua. And it was like backing up, trying to come back. And I done closed the door and was screaming. I locked the door, not that that would have mattered, but I did. You know, I would say one of its arms was probably about as long as the door. You know, it was scary, very scary. Now, this place is, deep in the mountains and all that, but down the road is this other place off of 107. And it's 1737. You take it and you go down by a creek and all that. There's a place called Judaculla Rock. Alright, and you gotta, it looks like you go off of, this is like a river right here. So you go off here, and it has a little sign, and you cross a little river, and you go back in here, and it's free and all that, and you can just go back in there, but I think they have hours of when you can go back or not. Me and my friend, me and her were down there without the kids one time, and it was like late evening, and the sun was setting, and I'll show you what this looks like. This is what Judaculla Rock looks like. It's one of two other ones. They don't either know where they're at, or they lost them, or whatever. It's somewhere in the mountains. They don't know the language of the writing, But behind it is some bamboo trees, and there might be some corn and stuff too, but I can't remember. I believe it was all bamboo. And there was something in the bamboo moving around. It was dark. We could see something, but we didn't have a camera or anything. But me and my friend got out of there. We climbed out of there, jumped in the car, and left. But that was like our second or third time there. But yeah, the creek is, the river thing's back there, and you cross it down through there on the country road deal, and you come down through this way and come down here. Then there's a house the other way, or some sort of building, I can't quite remember. But you don't go all the way down there, and there's just parking out front of here. And then it's got the little, it's roped off and all that, but you can go down there and see it. And there's a story there at their website at judacullarock.com. I'll leave the link below, but those are my stories that relates to possible Bigfoot, or some sort of strange experiences. There's people out there having experiences like this, and a lot of times we can't even see it. I mean, something, so loud and everything, and then it gets closer and closer, and then you can't even see it. That's just, it's weird, but things happen. I've heard of different stories like that. Please be safe, and when hiking, please carry it, if you don't carry a gun, carry a knife, and definitely carry a walking stick, because you never know when brush is going to cover up something, whether it be a trap or a hole, a ditch, a cavern, any of those things. And plus, hiking up and down hills and stuff, it helps for your balance and everything. And if you run into something and, whatever. It's worked for me, it's worked for other people, on hitting on a rock with a walking stick, or a rock on a tree, or whatever. I don't know why that was so instinctive of me to do that, but, I'm still alive. I'm not sure what it was, but I believe it relates to a possible Bigfoot or whatever. So, I don't know. Those are my stories. Thank you for listening.